Hello guys, it's me again, Ammar, and I'm back with another video. This video is gonna be a bit different. It's gonna be about troubleshooting a PC that is not working anymore. Alright, I'm gonna talk about the specs real quick. It got a Ryzen 5 B350 Gaming Pro Carbon by MSI. It got 16GB of G-Skill Trident Z, the normal one, 3000 MHz CL16, and it's also supporting RX5700XT. If you guys didn't see the benchmarking video, I will leave it up over here. And for the power supply, it got the Cougar 500 watts 80 plus bronze power supply. So this PC is not working. I also plugged the power supply cable to this PC and try to turn it on, and it's not working. So yeah, let's just try to troubleshoot this PC and see if we can fix it up. All right, and here I'm plugging in the power for the power supply, and basically it's I tried to turn it on and it's not turning on anymore. I was thinking maybe something isn't connected properly, and the GPU was sagging a little bit, but that won't be a problem. And I kept trying and the PC just won't boot at all. And I got the power supply tester. Basically I turned the power supply off, took the PCIe power cables off, I installed it, and I removed the EPS power because I don't want to short anything out, you know. So once I took the EPS power, I turned the PSU on, and the fan actually turned on because they're connected to the Molex. And at this point I knew the power supply was not the culprit here, so I was trying to investigate further, and again I tested it up. It's actually working. So, and right here I took the motherboard out and I got a backup motherboard, and I was taking the CPU cooler, and yeah, the CPU was stuck into the cooler. Basically the CPU was not seated properly in the socket, and I found out there are some like multiple pins was bent. So I was cleaning here the CPU and checking the socket itself, and basically here I'm trying to see what's going on. I did find some few bent pins, so I was trying carefully not to break any of them. And yeah, so I changed the motherboard. The previous one didn't work, and I fixed the CPU pins, and it slides right in, and I connected the power supply to the motherboard, and yeah, I shorted the power switch. The whole thing actually turned on, so it's a good thing. And right here I'm actually installing the motherboard inside the PC case and connecting everything together, and as well I did test it for the final time, so I make sure everything is working and the case is not shorting anything out. So I continued to connect everything up, and yeah, that's basically it. And as you guys can see, the PC is running up, running IDA 64, and basically everything is back to normal. The PC is not doing anything strange. And now I'm gonna try to overclock this system a little bit and see what I can do with it. Alright, and now I'm at the BIOS. The CPU is at 3.8. I actually used the RAM at 16, 18, 18, 38, 68 on TRC, and TRFC at 480. And I booted up to Windows, and I did run a stability test, and basically it's running just fine. And here it is, around an hour and a half, no error, no nothing basically. So actually it should be stable by now. So yeah. Alright guys, so I'm back after troubleshooting and make sure the PC is working properly. Basically I thought it was a power supply issue, but it turns out it was a motherboard issue. I'm not quite sure how it died. Like, It was an overclocked system basically. I took the heatsinks off the motherboard to check the VRMs and the SoC VRMs. They seems to be pretty working fine, but unless you do it with a multimeter, then you're gonna know it's like something is shorted out basically. Before installing the CPU, I checked the CPU pins. It was pretty bent up, and the CPU, like, it took off with the CPU cooler. So I bent everything back again to the normal position, and thankfully I didn't break any pins, so the CPU was 100% working. And yeah, I mean, the motherboard just decided to die, and I'm not quite sure why. So yeah, anyways, if you guys enjoy this video, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to the channel. That will help me a lot, and I'll see you in the next one.